Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to the Stinkbugworks. We're over here in the eastern wing of that super secret research and development division of Dr. Jet Laboratories, and we're faced with a dilemma. We have a dilemma of hulls. And the dilemma is, which one should I finish next? Now, the jet stepper over here is, I'm going to put one more motor in it, and I'll make them out today, and it'll be done. Then we'll have these three. Now, first, let's talk about this one. This is the Timmy from Dead Ahead RC, and Josh, and I'm not going to try to butcher your last name. It's a four-letter name with two vowels in the middle, and I'm not sure how the vowels go together, so I will just say Josh. So Josh sent me this haul, and this is a perfect haul for my planned use. It's that stranded mat as opposed to a weave, and so it's got good rigid unidirectional strength, which is perfect for my application of this jet. So I'm going to put a jet in here, and the plan is jets, in order to turn, the nozzle itself turns, and they really need a fin. So like I've seen in some river boats and such, I'm going to make a aluminum or stainless steel channel around the inlet that'll protect the inlet, and I'm actually going to extend it out so it'll protect the nozzle as well as this thing's flying over something, hitting something. So I'm looking at extending that to protect the nozzle. So that's my basic plan for that. Like I told you before, the SV27 motor and controller. This will run on 4S. It's got this cool little reverse bucket, and that's one of the things I want to make sure I can protect, is that reverse bucket. I don't know if I'm going to need reverse, and I could just use this nozzle, but the idea of being able to back out of something if you get into some weeds or something, that idea appeals to me. So I like the idea of a reverse. So there's project number one. And on all these boats, I'll include a link in the description below. So this ought to be a fun little project. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about something before I move on. And that's this pump. Now, this pump was not the expensive TFL pump. This pump, and it came with this little plastic three-bladed impeller. I did put an aluminum CNC impeller in it. And here's the most important thing. In a past life, I used to design, among other things, storm drain systems, underwater storm drains. And water does not like to go around a 90-degree bend. And so it was a big deal to make sure you had rounded pipe ends so the water could smoothly flow around that. Well, the way this pump was constructed, due to the molding process, this line was flat coming up here and intersected this bore coming in here. So there was a sharp edge, and that sharp edge is going to suck energy coming into here. Might cavitate and such. So the secret is, get in here and round off this edge. Ideally, this should be just one cylinder going in and going out, but the closer you can get to that, the better. So by removing that sharp edge right there, you take out a whole lot of drag in the system. Now, you could fair this in, but the most important thing is right here, is getting rid of that sharp edge so you get better flow into the impeller. That's the secret. You want more water in. Okay, project number 1. The Timmy from Dead Ahead Boats and Josh K. Second project you've seen, that's the twin motor micro drifter. So it's going to have a couple of these out drives, props hanging out here, rudder out there. This is the same exact motor that's in the Dona outrigger, and it seems to run pretty good. So I think 2 of those motors in this little thing ought to get it going pretty well. Now I've got the motors moved back as far as I can, and when I first laid it out and set it up, I had 1 set of batteries. I'm not sure if I still have that set of batteries and if it's going to balance, and I certainly don't want to put weight up here on the tunnel. I want everything down in those sponsons if possible. So that's project number 2. Project number 3 is the MHZ Miss Madison, and I'm going to do this up as a scale boat as the, I think it's the 1998 or 99 Miss Madison, the one that was all white. And so it'll get these fins. So one of the things I need to do is make another box on this side for the other fin. And here's something fun. In order to get, this boat's been run before, and in fact it ran with the motor that is now in the Dona. So I thought I'd throw some more power in here, and to get it to balance I had to shove the motor all the way up here in the nose cone. And so this is a tricky mount, but in here, if I can get it out, is, my goodness, what is this? This is an 1112 1Y new motor, and I had to kind of streamline the water cooling. And in fact, if you look, I had to notch out a little bit in here because this motor has a larger diameter, what with the cooling jacket. So this is going to be a project in and of itself, but sticking the motor up there, yeah. And of course, you know, I really like these speed controls. You know, they don't take up as much space as their amp rating would have you believe. You know, they're thin enough that you can get them into some little place. Batteries are going to go up here, so in this case speed controls might be just going right back here in line with the cooling and such. So that'll probably be my layout. Anyhow, that's my 3 choices. I have the Jet, the Cat, and the Hydro. What would you guys like to see me build? Until next time, Jet out.